No vents, no air conditioning, no air in here at all, in fact. Just heat. What I'm being is casseroled. And soon things got worse.
Try not to shiver.
Because a thick fog descended. Oh, shit. Ah. Oh, God. That was not good. Still, at least things soon got worse. Oh, brilliant. Just getting a golden shower now.
Oh, geez, that's the worst it's been.
But then we were hardly employees of the month either.
Stupid idiot! Stop putting me off! You've missed the truck! Sorry!
And then things got worse.
Jeremy, there is a slight problem.
What?
I've sort of set off at a bit of an angle and I'm on the wrong bit of road.
Cock!
Whoa!
That didn't look good for James. Look at your Capri.
Never mind the sodding Capri, look at that!
I think this... you can get these in order.
I'm sorry, mate.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
You're not sorry?
Then for James, things got worse.
Is this normal?
No, of course it's not bloody normal.
But look at it this way. No more challenges.
Good. Apart from that one.
Hammond was thrown by a stallion and injured his arm. Worse still, James's snoring forced us to take drastic action.
Clarkson!
Here we go. That's a try. Beautiful.
Worse still, James got a second successful conversion,
Yes.
putting his team ahead.
Oh, they're destroying us in this phase of play!
That's the ticket. Still, things could only get better.
Whoa, I scored myself!
We were still miles back. It was almost dark, and worse still, James's alternator wasn't charging the battery.
By how much is running your car with headlights on going to shorten the life of the battery and then kill the engine?
Well, I don't know exactly, but by quite a bit. They're already getting a bit dim, to be honest. God, this is murder.
Pretty soon, the inevitable happened.
My car is now dead and without a new battery.
OK, now let's see the first one here on the screen. Look! What I find particularly interesting about this is the crook lock. Who the hell does he think is going to steal it? And then if he has to report it to the police. Yes, it's a Peugeot 205 XS. Yeah, with flames going out the side of it.
Or worse still, if they find it and he hasn't told them, we found your car, sir. You won't believe what they've done to it. I did it myself. Right, I've got one here.
Worse still, Hammond had forgotten to do his homework on the exhibits.
That's the Ferrari 275 GTS. As you can see, the lines are... It's lovely. Yeah.
I did mean to ask, what is it?
That means novice. Everybody else has done at least 6 races. Worse still, Richard had never been round Silverstone.
The sum total of our experience is you've done...
I've done a charity race in a Honda Civic.
And you've done 5 laps.
5 laps in this.
You've done no racing at all. You've done some laps, but not in this.
Yeah.
I've done a race in a 2CV. I've never driven this, and I've never, ever been round Silver. We're not in good shape.
It was doing quite well, but then... Oh, dear. Chaser.
What's a load of rubbish?
After this, things got worse.
I did 140 miles an hour.
You did 140 miles an hour and your wheels nicht good.
All very bad. You have a lot of rust.
Oh, no.
My legs have stuck together. I do apologise for this.
Worse still, chauffeur duties had made James even more pedantic than usual.
Because I want my Maserati here for the bride. I think it's
Yes,
more
you go and
correct.
get your Maserati.
Can you move out of the way then?
Yep.
And if we look inside, we can start to see why this is a three-star car. Things like this, the brake pedal, it's been shoved right up here. Your foot would have been on there. Now, that would damage your ankle, it could damage the cruciate ligaments in your leg, which is bad. Worse still, the steering wheel has been shoved back. Now, that can damage your chest, which could be a lot worse.
As night fell, the Ferraris, using their greater agility and their greater fuel efficiency, were leading the race 1-2. 4 of the 8 GT40s were out of the race altogether.
Worse still, the 4 drivers had strict orders not to go balls out, for fear of breaking the cars. But one man wasn't listening to those orders. Ken Miles put the hammer down, set blistering lap times and retook the lead for Ford.
The DBS is actually 5mm lower than the DB11, which of course is marvellous on a road like this. Still, at least things soon got worse.
That man is armed.
Another man with a machine gun. Okay, a lot of people with machine guns. And he just plays it on a loop constantly. But why do you want anything else? What if you get in your car after your children have been driving it and they've left it tuned to Radio 1?
Or worse still, Radio 2 and that talk show man who does, you know... They talk,
Jeremy Vine.
There you go, they have those difficult topics. They're unsuitable, I don't
What,
want
like pregnancy?
Exactly. Lovely. Start your engine, I'll give you a count off.
Oh dear. Still, things can only get better.
We can expect a bit of spin from the Labour Party, can't we?
Hey! Well, there's no spin, but typically Labour don't know whether to go to the left or the right of the line there.
God, he's right there!
And sure enough,
Yes, take that, Robocop.
and things could only get better because ahead of me lay a fast, sandy track.
Whee! This is the 510 horsepower supercharged Range Rover. You'd be mad to buy this one in Britain. It's so thirsty. Makes sense out here though, and it makes sense doing this.
Then you'll be okay.
Well, now I'm sorry.
Worse still, my traffic system really wasn't working out as planned. The cameras were not able to give enough detail, so my reports were becoming a little vague.
Jeremy, go.
It's all completely hopeless. Everywhere I can see people in Astras, M25 Godstons jammed up at Junction 6, Barrow Grid. Don't use it. Don't use it. Stay at work, be productive, and buy a helicopter. How many children are going to say, oh, if I work really hard and get my homework done, one day maybe I can have a Kadjar?
Because that's the car they grow up seeing. Worse still, Nissan Juke.
You really hate the Duke.
No, I hate it.
He does hate. No, he
I
genuinely
hate.
hates.
I object to it existing. It shouldn't exist. I loathe it. On the motorway, you see them with their stupid, like, double bug eyes. Smug little bug. If I see one, I'm mad. I can't help myself, and it's cruel, and I'm sorry if you're in one, but I do. I see them. I hate it.
Because I was driving along with him the other day. I was busy telling him a story, and he was looking out the window going, I hate you, I hate you.
I hate them.
Holy moly. That man's dropped his crash helmet's actually come off his head. Still, at least when it got dark, things got worse.
Whoa! Whoa!
It's to give you epilepsy, these cameras. Constantly being flashed. After this long and difficult journey, we reached the overnight halt. There was only one thing to do.
Go, run away, run!
So far then, we'd crashed a plane, ruined a car, burned a sign and smashed a house.
And then things got worse.
Oh, hang on. I'm jammed. My flamethrower's jammed. The flamethrower is jammed. What are you doing? Oh, God, the fire!
I can see a yellow mist in the mirrors.
Oh, God.
There's a man on fire! Jeremy set fire to a skier and run away.
Anyway, I think if we do get reported to the police, it's not going to take them very long to find us.
This is the size of our challenge.
What was the Evo one?
128.2.
142.5. That. The Avon time was more than 14 seconds slower. And then things got worse.
You know you have 2 days to make your modifications, so now you need to know the budget. A Mitsubishi Evo 10 costs £30,000. You can spend half that to make the Avon timers fast.
Well, that's not bad, actually.
15,000, we could do loads with it.
Yeah, there's more. £5,200 was spent on buying the car itself, so you have £9,800 left.
How much do they spend in Formula One?
Well, they say that to cut a second a lap, it's £10 million.
Right, so we need £140 million. I didn't want to look at an ancient and wonderful city. I did that on a bicycle, you pillock.
Then things got worse.
Chaps, it's right here.
You sure?
Oh, this does look a bit... Yeah, we'll be all right.
Oh, I don't like this. Come to Switzerland and drive the new NSX, said Hammond.
This Lamborghini's 4 inches wider than that Honda and 5 inches wider than the Lady Shaver. I am never, ever, ever going to get around that corner.
And sure enough...
A tiny bit of left hand and just creep forward so I can see.
You can't creep, it's a single clutch gearbox. Instead of giving this model 40 more horsepower, I'd have given it 1 more clutch.
No, I'd agree. Does that fold?
It doesn't matter, even if it does, the back of the car is wider than the front. I'm going to have to find another, it physically won't fit through there.
All right, well, we're up there. See you in a couple of weeks.